How is it going, everybody? This is RBT coming at you with Friday Questions and Answers, episode 45. I fell asleep last night during the Poinsettia Bowl at like 8:30 or 9, and I woke up like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I just stayed up. So, decided to get this out of the way. I just did my recap of that game. Yeah, it came out late, but I had to fight through it and make that recap, even though it's late. And I decided to go ahead and do my Friday Questions and Answers. So, if you're unfamiliar with the series, which I'm pretty sure you are, please leave a question in the comment section below. It could be about anything, about my life, sports, anything. And you'll be featured in next week's episode. This week I got a lot of no questions. I got no questions. Really, I got 10. I usually get like at least around 20. I got 10 this week. I don't know. That's people not on YouTube because it's the holidays. I don't know. But let's get these answered. It can be a fairly quick video, I guess. Alright, DJ Hayes asks, who is a better running back, Chris Germain or Denarius Michaels? Well, actually, DJ Hayes has a lot of questions here. But the first question, I honestly have never heard of either of those two running backs. And I went and looked it up on the internet, saw this question, didn't know who they were, and I couldn't find them anywhere. So, I really don't know. Let me know who they are, and I will look them up, and I'll give you an answer next episode. And also, are you outraged that South Alabama was not bowl eligible? They weren't. They were bowl eligible. They reached 6 wins, but they didn't get picked for a bowl game. And that does suck so bad. I thought it would have been an awesome story for a bowl to pick South up for a story with the team being in their bowl game, with it being their first year bowl eligibility. It's the first year they can make a bowl game, and they're bowl eligible. They did that by winning 3 straight and beating the conference champions. And they didn't. Nobody picked them for a bowl game. That sucks, but it's whatever. Hopefully, it's still a great season. 6-6. I mean, we've had a football team for 5 years now. I think 08 was 5 years now, and we're already bowl eligible in our first year. It's an awesome accomplishment. So I'm happy with the way the season went. It would have been better more incentive though if it would have made a bowl game, but it is what it is. Have I ever seen We Are Marshall? Yes, I have. It's an awesome movie. I actually hadn't seen it in a couple years, and just a couple weeks ago, I really wanted to watch it, so I bought it on Amazon and watched it. And that was the first time I watched it in a long time, but I love the movie. It's one of my favorite movies, really. Awesome movie. Alright, same guy, DJ Hayes. Are they going to make NCAA Football 14 for Xbox One? Unfortunately, no. They answered that. EA Sports answered that earlier, like around the release date, saying it wasn't going to be available for next gen, and it would be available for next year's. The next year's game would be available for next gen, but now they're not making the game again, so I guess if you move on to Xbox One, you can't play NCAA Football 14 unless you still have your Xbox 360. And should they? I wish they would, but they're not. Are you pumped for the college football playoffs? Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, I'm a fan of it, but I'm not a fan of the way they're selecting the teams. I wish it would still be by the BCS rankings, not by a committee. Or just a ranking. It doesn't have to be BCS ranking. Some other ranking, but not a committee. That's so much sketchiness and go behind doors without anybody knowing what's really going behind the selection process. So I hate that. But I'm pumped for the games itself, but not the selection process of it. I have a feeling it's really going to aggravate some people, definitely. And this would have been a great year to do it. With us falling short. And this has been a great year to have a chance to redeem ourselves, but that's for the future. We had a good run. Okay. Next question from DJ Hayes. Should the Falcons pick up Jadeveon Clowney, Artie Lynch, and Star Lutulele? I love the way you spell Lutulele. Latai Luli, Leah Luli. Also, I hope you know Lachey seems drunk. Bet you read this wrong. Name is pronounced... I did read it wrong. His name is pronounced Lake, not Lachey. Okay. Yes, it is pronounced Lake, and for some reason I always say Lachey. Yes, they need some help on defense, definitely in the front seven. So if they could pick up a guy like Jadeveon Clowney, that'd be great. But Arthur Lynch, maybe if I was kind of confused there. I remember you're a Georgia fan, and I didn't understand who you said when you said Artie, but I guess that's short for Arthur Lynch. But I don't know if not Jadeveon Clowney. If Tony Gonzalez does retire, which I believe he is, after this season they are going to need another tight end. Arthur Lynch is a really solid tight end, and I think he'll be overlooked. I think in the draft, maybe fall to the second or third rounds. And if the Falcons can pick up Jadeveon Clowney, then Arthur Lynch, that would be pretty two good pickups, and that would fill two holes they have. And Star Lotulelei, he's actually with the Panthers, right? Panthers, I believe. No, who does Star Lotulelei play for? He got drafted, so he would not be available. But after his contract expires, maybe. Let me check real quick. Who did Star Lotulelei get drafted by? The Chiefs? Let's see. Star Lotulelei? I thought it was the Panthers for some reason. It is the Panthers. Okay. Luke Kuechly was drafted. Okay, never mind. I was confused. They do have Star Lotulelei. So maybe when his rookie contract expires, but they can't get him now. Yes, thank you for letting me know. It is Lake. I don't know why I say Lachey every time. Hopefully I can commit that to memory. It's Lake, not Lachey. Alright, Cormac. I'm not saying your last name anymore. Cormac asks, should Georgia Tech hold on to Paul Johnson? This is a tough question, but man, I don't know. It's tough, but I mean, it's not like Georgia Tech has been a bad team. They've been consistent. They've made bowl games. Seems like every year since he's been there. I believe it. They have made a bowl game every year since he's been there. So, I mean, that's some bit of success there. I mean, he brought Georgia Tech to an ACC championship game. I think they won that game, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So he's had some success, but it's kind of died down. And I think eventually you are going to have to move away from the triple option, because I just don't know how successful it can be unless you're getting, well, I don't know. It's kind of contradictory, because the reason teams run the triple option, aka the Navies, the Armies, because they don't get the best athletes, and you don't necessarily have to have the best athletes to run the triple option. And if you can have good athletes, it can make it a lot more smoother. And that's what Paul Johnson tried to do at Georgia Tech, and he's had some success, like I said, but it seems like he's kind of topped out, and it's not going to get any better. So it seems like the defense is always really the problem. So I think eventually I don't know. I think you're gonna have to move on from him. If he doesn't win, if he doesn't compete for an ACC championship, I don't think can him right now. But I think if they don't win an ACC championship in the next, or at least compete at a higher level for an ACC championship, like they have earlier in his tenure, in the next, I would say tops 3 years, I think he needs to go, and they need to move on. Which the problem with Ken and him is the players have gotten into your system now. If you move to a different kind of offense, it's really going to screw you up, because it's easier to go from a pro style to a triple option, from a triple option to a pro style, because you have the player. You can make pro style athletes into a triple option offense, like you did with Josh Nesbitt. But putting the triple option size with the smaller offensive linemen you get, the more athletic offensive linemen, but smaller, and fitting them into a pro style offense, that'll be really tough. So they need to wait, because when they do find them and get another coach, it's gonna be, I would say, at least a 4-year process of just completely flipping the program, because that's a real tough job, and I'd feel sorry for the next coach to get the job, because I don't think he would have success right away. Definitely not. If he did, that'd be a great coaching job. Heavy D317 says, when will Michigan football return to greatness? It seems like they were championship contenders year in and year out into the Rich Rod disaster. I mean, they're getting good recruits. Brady Hoke's done okay. He kind of had a letdown season, but I think it's just been Devin Gardner's play was just not what it was really expected to be. Maybe it'll turn around next year. But I think that he has some good players when he gets players into his system. I mean, he's been there for a while now. They have Shane Moore's coming up. You'll be able to see how he plays in the bowl game, because Devin Gardner's injured or he's not playing. So we'll really get to see a glimpse in the future, because Shane Moore's supposed to be the next great quarterback. So we'll see. But I think he's getting good recruits. I think they'll compete for the Big Ten in the next couple seasons. But the return to greatness, I think it's going to take a good while. But you can start step one, winning the Big Ten, and once you get that starting, anything can happen. So can they compete for the Big Ten next year? Maybe. But the way they're recruiting right now, I think the next couple of years they will compete for the Big Ten. So win the Big Ten and then they'll get on track. Cody Dodd says, will you be getting a PS4? Let me answer that real quick. Xbox, go home. Can you see that? Oh no, you cannot. Xbox, watch TV. No, I won't be getting a PS4. I got an Xbox One. I specifically told my parents actually not to get me an Xbox One because I just wanted to stick with the 360. I didn't want them to waste their money. And it's not necessarily the game stuff that I like. I just like playing with my friends and stuff like that. But not many of them have gotten the Xbox One yet. And I wanted to wait till they got it, and they surprised me and got it. And I'm kind of rigging it right now because I have HDMI 2 with the Xbox One. Dark TV's plugged into that, so it's not taking up an HDMI spot. And my Xbox 360 is taking up HDMI 1, so I turn on the 360, and I get in the parties with my friends there, and then I switch to HDMI 2 and play the Xbox One. So I'm talking with my Xbox 360, but I'm playing the Xbox One. So I thought that was pretty cool. And the coolest thing is you can sit there and watch football while you're playing football. It's an awesome console. I'm still getting used to it a little bit. The voice commands are kind of difficult to learn because there's so many, and if you don't say the right thing, sometimes it doesn't pick it up. But it's pretty cool. It's a really cool system, and it's gonna take a while to get used to. I mean, I've had 360 for 6 years, so I'm really used to that. But the new features and everything seems a little weird to me. It just doesn't seem right to be able to say Xbox unmute. Xbox, unmute. Xbox, mute. That don't seem right to me. I don't know. It just seems weird, but it's cool. It is cool, and it'll take some time to really settle in and to get really understand it. But it's an awesome console, and hopefully my friends get it soon. But I'm gonna keep recording my gameplay and stuff on 360 until like the next games come out, and I'll really, because I don't like fiddling behind with all the cords and everything. I hate cords, so I'd rather not be unplugging my Elgato from my Xbox 360 to Xbox One back and forth continuously. That'd be aggravating. So I'm gonna stick with the 360 until the next set of games come out for next year, because it's kind of all the games that came out already that I play: Madden, NCAA, NBA. I got NBA too. I don't know if I'm uploading NBA stuff, but those games, they're all on the 360 that I play, and there's no point in recording them now on the Xbox One. That'd be completely starting over. So I'm gonna wait till the next year's games come out to really switch over to the Xbox One. So that is that. But it's awesome. Let's see. Who do you think the Cardinals will pick in their first round pick? That was asked by Sports All Day 09. I think they'll go with the offensive tackle. That's pretty much the biggest need right now is the offensive tackle. So I'd say probably, who's somebody who can get in the late rounds? Probably a Taylor Lewan from Michigan, offensive tackle. He's a huge dude. Was he 6'8"? He should have gone, I thought, last year. Probably got picked a little bit higher, but he came back for senior year. Big. I think he's huge, man. He's a good offensive tackle. Maybe a little letdown season, but he's still great. He'd be a good pickup for the Cardinals, or maybe the guy Cameron Irving from Florida State. That'd be a good pick too. So one of them would be a great pick for Arizona late in the first round. I think as of right now they have the 20th pick, if I'm not mistaken, which you could get a decent offensive tackle at that point in the draft. DJ Hayes says, could you do a Heisman Challenge series on NCAA 14? I'm not sure what that is. Are you talking about the wait, is that where you play as the former Heisman winners like Bo and Barry Sanders and all them, Tim Tebow? I don't even know if that's on NCAA football 14. I know it's on NCAA 13, but I think it is on NCAA 14. I could maybe. I'll have to look into it. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking. I think it's what you're asking. I don't know, but I could maybe. If a lot more people would want me to do it, I'd do it. Definitely. Jack Moore. Who do you think will win the NFL MVP, Peyton Manning or Jamal Charles? I think Peyton Manning really has it set in stone. Jamal Charles, he's no doubt he's had a great year. Not just catching the football, as we all know. As running the football, he's caught the football pretty well this year out of the backfield. But I think Peyton, with the years that he's had, even though he has probably the most talent around him, he still had a great year. And breaking those records, I think he's going to win it. I think Jamal Charles could easily come in second, but I think it's Peyton's to lose. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. A little shorter this week, which is I'm not complaining. Hope you guys have a great day. Like I said, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below with a question, and I'll answer it next week for episode 46. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/S3RTR. Have a great day. Roll Tide, go Sox, and go Titans to you. I'll catch you guys next Friday. Peace.